Oh, it's great.
My in-laws actually, the sort of oil and gas side of that, I believe is called an MLP.
Yeah,
A lot of
MLPs
times,
are
master
kinda like, they're
limited
kind of like real estate
partnership.
investment trusts.
Yeah, I think they operate kind of in the same thing where
Yeah, very
90% of
similar.
so that's where, and that's what, like Bryant, I think some of those might technically be MLPs. I don't
I
know
would
the
imagine they
exact.
are. There's a lot of those in the oil and gas industry.
Yeah,
Most of those companies pay dividends too, And I mean, I like a company that pays dividends because, basically what that says is the company's decided like, okay, like we've reinvested into our growth as much as we can, and we don't think that our shareholders are going to get as much value out of us reinvesting anymore as they would get out of us just giving them a share of the profits, and then they can do with it whatever they want to. And one of the things we were talking about earlier was like, Brian gets these checks, but you don't have to get checks. You can actually have the company reinvest that money into more shares for you. So, with more shares you get, the more dividends you accumulate. And so, if you don't need that cash right now, then you can just sort of let it keep like rolling.
Yeah,
and it's like a snowball going downhill where
and
it just gets bigger and bigger.
It's amazing
and bigger.
how many people don't know that.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming, if you have an online brokerage, it's just something that you contact your online. I mean, It's probably in the interface, but if you're using that CompuShare, you'd have to basically just call them up, right?
You literally call them up. You give them your account number off the statement that you get when you get your dividend check, and you're like, hey, look, I got these shares and I'm getting these checks, but I'd honestly like to get into a dividend reinvestment program with them. And you still have to pay taxes on the dividends. I think it's a 15%, tax on dividends, which is great because that's lower than most people's income taxes. So that's nice. You're getting this income, but you're not actually paying like that high income right now. If some people have their way, you might be paying a higher tax on them. But
yeah, so I mean that's great if you don't need that money right now for income, and say maybe you're 5 to 10 years away from retirement, and you just say, hey, I want to invest this now and grow and then you have that much more of a base for when you actually want to start receiving that as income. Down the line.
I mean, say you own, like 100 shares and you're getting, like a couple $100s a year, from your shares. Or let's say you own 100 shares and you're getting $1,000 a year. If you're just reinvesting that in, say you're getting that $1,000 a year, you own 100 shares of a $100 company and you're getting $1,000 a year, that's not a really high dividend, but that's 10 extra shares every year. So, you do that for 10 years and you've got 100 extra shares. So now you own 200 shares. And
it's likely the share price has gone up as well.
Yep, the share price has probably gone up. The dividend, if it was a good company that grows their dividend, has probably gone up too. So now you're getting like $3,000, $4,000 a year in your dividends. You do that for another 10 years and all of a sudden, you're getting like a good monthly income that you could literally live off of. And I mean, that's my goal. Like, I want to be able to have income streams that I can live off of. I love what I do here, but I like making money when I'm not working too.
Absolutely.